So, do the people that live on the ground floor have more fun? Welcome back to Get Connected. I'm your host, Conn Jackson. That's actually the name of a brand new show. It's called Ground Floor, going to be seen on TBS. Skylar joins us right now, and on a scale of 1 to 10, how much fun is it playing Brody?
It's a 12. It's a 12.
So Skylar, you do the role so well. I've seen some clips, but what is it about Brody you love playing so much?
Well, first of all, I love the character and I love the show. I also get paid. So no, I love playing Brody. I think he is so fun because he's a money manager who's kind of got all of his crap together, but he's pretty flawed, and he's kind of sensitive. So it's fun because a lot of these characters, these kind of Wall Street dudes, they're like slick back. They're always played by Ben Affleck, and they're like not that likable. And sometimes they're the villains of the show or the movie. And this is cool because he's kind of like our hero, and he's sweet and he's flawed, and he messes up all the time in relationships, and it's more human. So I feel like I know Brody very well, and I could put him in any scenario at this point.
Well, that's so cool that you can have so much fun with your work, but tell us what it was like working with this cast and crew.
Well, we actually congealed very seamlessly. I've heard that TV shows sometimes take like even a season to really like drop in and find its rhythm. I don't want to give any sort of jinxes, but our showrunner, the guy who kind of runs the show, Jeff Astroff, he ran Friends and a bunch of shows, and he was telling us, he's like, this kind of chemistry sometimes doesn't happen until like a late season 2, and he's kind of a realist, so I trust him. And it really feels like that. I've never been on a TV show like this before, so I don't have much of a frame of reference, but I've been told it's not always this awesome.
You know, from the previews I've seen in the show, it's going to be a lot of fun, but give us behind the scenes look at how an episode comes together.
Absolutely, I'll give you the whole lowdown, because I was actually kind of surprised at first too. We kind of come in, we have the weekend, and then we kind of come in the beginning of the week. We do a read through, we start rehearsing, we do a little run through and show everyone once we block it together, show the writers kind of switch it up and change it around for the next day, then we show other people, the network and the studio, then we kind of change it around even more, bring the cameras in, set up our marks, rehearse it all day Thursday, and literally put on a show that night.
Wow.
And sometimes we have new lines like right before we go on. Sometimes we change the lines as we're going if the audience, we could feel. It's crazy. I mean, it is so fast paced, and thank God I have a background in theater, and I thrive off of a live audience, because sometimes we do pre-shoots just for more complicated, maybe exterior scenes, and I don't have the live audience, and I feel spoiled, because when that's not happening, I'm like, why is this not amazing right now? Because I miss people giving me that warmth and that support when we're performing.
Well, Skylar, congratulations. A lot of work goes into a show. It's really going to pay off. People are going to enjoy Ground Floor. But before we go, given your tremendous success from theater to acting, what advice would you give to the rest of us that you've learned on your journey of success?
That's a great question. I almost don't even feel able to answer that, because I'm just some dude. But I guess what I would say is, as an actor, just be open and available to experiences. I never thought I would be here today promoting this show that I'm so proud of, and I don't know exactly what led me to that, but I think everything has. So I think if I said no to my buddy's short film in high school, maybe that wouldn't have contributed to something I've done, in my professional career. So I would just say, be open to experiences. Don't focus too hard on the networking, because if you just have the experience, those relationships will come.
Well, let me just say, Skylar, I'm so glad that you did do that high school film, so it would lead to this role here on TBS, Ground Floor, Thursday nights. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks, Conn.